Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we are going to be doing a little bit of a sort of a short announcement video. I don't know if we'll do a lot of analysis, but a little bit of an announcement video for the footage that you see in front of you. Griffin Johnson, the Armchair Historian, reached out to me and started letting me know about an update for his upcoming game, which is called Master of Command. It's developed by Armchair History Interactive, which is sort of his game development division, if you will. He makes historical content, like sort of little mini documentaries, animated mini documentaries on his YouTube channel. He developed a game called Fire and Maneuver with his team. I don't know if he does any other programming. I really don't know the details of that. A couple of years ago, and they're working on their second game, which is a game that takes place during sort of the era of Frederick the Great. The game is going to be called Master of Command, and so they're releasing their gameplay trailer today. So I figured, you know what, he asked, hey, take a look at it, see what you think, and share it with your audience. And I figured, why not? I do a lot of game announcement videos on this channel from time to time when there are things that seem applicable and appropriate. I don't take any sort of payment for them. I don't really view myself as a PR outlet, but I do like to look at games and see what I think about them and sort of share my thoughts. And, honestly, one of the things that I struggle with is that gaming news is so bad for war games right now. There are so few outlets. If you're someone who reads, there's a handful of places you might find something when a game is announced. If you follow the right developers on Steam, you might see something when it's announced. But really, in my opinion, the vast majority of the time I hear about a new game, it ends up being because someone I follow on YouTube mentions it. And so I figure, why not, do the occasional video that kind of acts like a PR, but also sort of just shares the wealth, because I don't think there's a great deal of discoverability for new games within our genre. And that's why we're doing today's video. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump in and take a look at the trailer, and then sort of I'll share my thoughts once we get through here. We've talked a little bit about Master of Command on previous videos, but I figured let's take a look at the trailer, let's watch it in full, and then let's discuss it at the conclusion here. You're already looking at some of the footage here, but we'll play the trailer sort of in its full glory with sound and all of that jazz, and then we'll talk about it a bit afterwards. So let's go ahead and do that.
War is upon us, General, and you must take command. On the field, there's no second chance. Orders must be given clearly. Timing, position, and discipline will decide the day. Before a single shot is fired, your work begins. Arming the men, equipping them for the road ahead. Supplies, uniforms, and standards are yours to set. 5 nations march to war, each with its own command, customs, and doctrine. You'll cross villages and forests, back roads and battlefields. Supplies will dwindle, the men will tire, and yet you must press on. If you make it far enough, you'll raise more than a division. You'll raise an army. Just be sure you can hold it together. Strategize. Survive and lead your men to glory. Become the master of command.
So there you have it, the gameplay trailer for Master of Command. I think it does a good job of showing off what the game is saying it's going to be about. It includes real-time tactical combat. It definitely shows you sort of the army management elements of the game, the fact that there's a large number of historical units, different flags, different uniforms, different nations. I think Frederick the Great is an interesting period of time because you do really have a wide variety of nations and sort of agendas in the conflict. It does mention the procedurally generated campaign, which I do have some questions about, if you will. I don't know, like that sort of linked sort of go from the beginning of the campaign to this end boss style campaign, and I might be mispronouncing how that works. I have some reservations about that, but I haven't played it, so we'll see. the event system, you know, between battles, moving units across the campaign to different objectives to kind of get to that end point. That's kind of all part of this tutorial. I really like the art style. I think that's one thing that, you know, maybe having a YouTube channel really sets them up to succeed in. I love the art style. The units look great. I don't know if it compares to Total War because I'm not really in on the Total War scene these days, but it really does look nice. I have some reservations about the unit size. As my understanding, each individual unit is 2 battalions, effectively 1,200 men. So like I believe it's 2 battalions of 600 men for a regiment of 1,200. I think that's what my recollection is, which feels a little unwieldy. And when you look at the screenshots with as zoomed in as everything is, it does look a little unwieldy for just how many men are in each individual unit. The counterpoint to that is I think that's one of the criticisms of the Frederick the Great armies in that era. And that's one of those things that, like Napoleon, when he comes along, they sort of reveal a much more modular and flexible military structure in the sort of French Revolutionary Republic. And is one reason that these sort of people armies take the professional armies by storm, you know, mass columns of infantry instead of like long, thin lines of musketry. I think anyway, I'm not like an expert in this period. I don't know a ton about Frederick and his campaigns. But I am curious to see how this thing plays. It looks interesting. And I think the tutorial is very well done. As I said, the art style is great. I think it gives you a good view of like, well, there's real-time tactical combat, but there's also this strategic layer where you move across this campaign. It is procedurally generated. You have to manage your armies, which I think is great. Like one of my favorite things of Ultimate General Civil War is the army management aspect of that. And that definitely appears to be a big part of this game. And is sort of the way it's been written up. It's definitely going to be a big part of this game. So I'm not sure I have a ton of commentary other than cool looking trailer. I'd love to see the game. I'd love to play it a little bit. I think it's, according to their Steam page, it is slated for 2025, which we still have, what, 5 months left of that. So it certainly is plausible. I haven't heard any particular details around that. But yeah, I don't know that I have a lot else to say other than this was dropped today. And, you know, if it's something that's interesting to you, there's a link in the description. Wish listed over there. Again, I don't get anything to promote their shill or anything like this. It's just me thinking, hey, this is something that folks might be interested in, might want to know about, and might not hear about if channels like my own didn't cover it. And so from a news point of view, sometimes the news covers press releases. That's what we're going to do here today. That's all I got for you today. Master of Command, the tutorial, or sorry, the trailer for the gameplay trailer out today on Steam. Link in the description if you're interested. I hope you guys have been enjoying the live streams the last few days. If you were out yesterday, you know, happy 4th of July to my American compatriots. I know we're a day late here, but we did stream yesterday. We just streamed some Scourge of War Gettysburg. I'm a big fan of sort of Age of Musketry type combat, and I think that's one of the reasons this particular game, Master of Command, looks interesting to me. We played some Sid Meier's Gettysburg the day before that. I don't know what's in store for the channel next. I've been kind of in a little bit of a rut just trying to decide what to play next. Would definitely play Master of Command if it was out, but it's not. So we'll see. But I hope you guys are enjoying those little streams while we do it. And maybe we'll do some more Scourge of War. Maybe we'll post some VODs of some of this stuff too. But that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you guys have a great 4th of July weekend. And, you know, I don't know. That's all I got for you. Until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you very much for watching, and I'm out. Bye-bye.